ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Yeah, yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
hello, hello.
This is the Chilli Penguin podcast. I am Jobadiah Tanhouse, and always,
Yeah, I'm
you don't know
sick,
your name.
so my brain is like somewhere else right now. Um, yeah, I'm like Python 7. That's you find me on my socials as Python 7. This dude he calls me Python the seventh though, which is fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Do you want to be the sixth?
No, no. What?
Seventh it is.
We have been gone for a while. Uh,
Yep.
Life happens, people. Life happens. Currently sick, not dying. That's why my voice is weird. But yeah, we've got a very good schedule. Some interesting films coming up, and we're back,
Yes.
baby.
We have a very exciting, we're very exciting upcoming schedule, and we're gonna be switching things up a little bit, doing some other creative things on the channel, of course. So it's gonna be very awesome.
Yeah. Today we're coming back to do Gonjium Asylum, or is it Gonjium Haunted Asylum? What's the actual name?
Gonjium Haunted Asylum, yes.
Yeah, I don't think we've done a not foreign, as you've pointed out earlier, a non-English film before.
Yes. This is our first non-English film,
Yeah,
and hopefully
that's
not our
actually,
last.
yeah, I was about to say, because there's a lot of like Korean films that I'm interested in watching, and some Swedish films, actually. Wait, what's that other
I
film that
thought,
you mentioned?
for a second, I thought you said I am Swedish.
No,
I'm like,
I'm
nigga, no.
I'm not appropriating a whole culture. There's that film that you mentioned with the deer. Was it a deer, or was it a
The
like
deer.
I don't know. I remember there being a couple and they're holding a baby,
Oh
but the baby
yes,
has like a different,
yes,
like an animal
yes,
face.
yes. Lamb.
Lamb. I was close.
Yes, it is Swedish.
I was close. Yeah, I really want to watch that film.
Swiss. Is it Swiss or Swedish? Oh my God, they're gonna come at us.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. But yeah, for this one, we're visiting Korea, the South Korea, that is,
The south
the
parts
southern
of
region
Korea.
of Korea. Yeah, for Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. Who made this one, by the way? And good luck with the pronunciation.
Gonjium Haunted Asylum. Yes. Directed by. This is always the shaky part.
Good luck.
Wait. The director of Parasite is Bong Joon-ho. So
Uh-huh.
it's pronounced as you read it. So I'm gonna read it as I can't say this. Jung Bum-shik.
That's what I was
Oh,
gonna
he also
say.
wrote and directed, but co-wrote.
Oh, nice.
Co-written by Jung Bum-shik and Sang Min Park. He
Okay,
obviously
that's
directed.
nice.
Yeah. I wonder how
I'm
many films
seeing.
he's made.
We can find out.
Oh, he made 2007 Epitaph. Then I did Gonjiam 2018, and then did New Normal. There was also a 2013, but he wrote. Okay, he has 4 films under his belt so far.
I
Hopefully
mean,
there's more.
if are they all horrors, or do they seem like they're all
Yes.
horrors? Okay, so he knows what he's doing, and he knows like which lane to be
Yeah, he is in his horror bag.
in his horror bag. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Maybe we'll check something else out of from him.
Yes. So Gonjiam Haunted Asylum was released in 2018. According to IMDb, the crew of a horror web series travels to an abandoned asylum for live broadcast. It soon encounters something more than expected as it moves deeper inside the nightmarish old building.
You know what I like about that?
What?
It's very simple. You read it, you understand
Yes.
what's going on. There's nothing else like that. I
That's
like that. It's because it's got a very simple premise, and you can do a lot with that.
yes.
Also,
There's
second
a
thing I like about
yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
believable,
What do you mean by believable?
bro. I'm trying to think of an example. Um,
Of something believable?
no, of something not believable that I'm sure. Okay, okay. I haven't watched horrors in a long time, and I'm gonna describe something. I bet you there's a
Boo!
shush you.
Everybody boo this man.
I'm sure there are films that are like this. Like group of characters go in this place where they've been told like, hey, if you go here you will die, but they do it anyways, and then okay, wait, why am I describing this film? I feel like I'm also describing this exact film that we just watched. But like
Bro.
no, but then you know how it's like this one they go into a haunted asylum, and like they also we're in a world where like people don't really believe in ghosts, blah blah blah. But then other films will be like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't go into that house. There is a live human male that lives in that house that has a gun and will shoot you if you go in that house. And then you get these kids like, haha, let's go in that house. And then guess what? A live human male with a gun gets out and shoots them. What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna
It was,
happen?
it was, yes.
But like in
There
this
is a film
film,
like that
I knew
that
it.
I didn't enjoy.
I knew it.
It's called Grave Encounters. Actually, my
I
roommate
knew it.
started talking shit about that film because the premise is literally like Gonjium Asylum. But no. But in that film, it's like, oh, we think this place is haunted. Let's go in the place, and then the place is haunted, and then spooky shit happens, and then people die. And
Uh-huh.
what I didn't like about the film, it was one, the scares weren't that great, in my
Uh-huh.
opinion. Two, it was so one-dimensional. Like the characters had nothing else besides
Like they were there to die, basically.
yes.
That's my gripe with horror
And
films, man.
you can't you can't tell us that the place is haunted and then the characters are there, they want to leave, and then use that as well as an objective for the characters. Like here, it's different. Their objective is to make YouTube videos with 1 million views so they can get money. That's the character objective. And then they go there suspecting that there might be ghosts, but also they had some tricks in their bags to get more viewers. So you see, their objective is different from the ghosts.
Yeah,
And
because I
so
think it's
when the ghosting happens,
yeah,
we still relate to the characters who want to make 1 million views and who want to get out because they're like, nah, fuck it, the 1 million views are not worth it. But if you are there and then the ghosting happens and then the ghosts themselves are the reason now why you want to leave or why you want to stay, it becomes so one-dimensional that it's not a good story.
it becomes boring. It really becomes boring. And so, just so you know, I'm not a horror fan. I have stated as such to this man
Again,
for years.
boo.
Bro, they're the same. It's the same thing. You've quite literally described a film that you hate that has the exact same premise as the one we just watched. Quite literally.
But
They're all the
there
same.
are some good horrors out there. There are some good horrors.
I mean, like one or two out of like 13,000.
One or two,
Maybe three. I'll give you three.
tisk tisk tisk. As a
But like,
non-horror watcher,
yeah.
I'll let the community stone you.
Whoa. Okay, listen. Before you continue, I did enjoy this film. This film I actually did enjoy, mainly because okay, my main gripe with horror films over the years is that they have been, like you said, so one-dimensional. The characters have been brain dead, literal brain dead. The writing has been, I want to say, ChatGPT before ChatGPT even existed. Like,
Yes.
no, actually, no. That's disrespectful to ChatGPT because I feel like ChatGPT actually has a brain compared to some of these stupid stories. Like some of the things you write a character where they're being chased by someone with um with like I don't know, a saw or an axe or something. The character's being chased by someone with an axe, and then they're running, and then they stop, and then they turn around. Why did you do that? You're
You're
being
like,
chased by someone with an axe. You're gonna stop and gonna turn around. Why?
did you think that
Why?
he dropped the X?
I don't. I'm sure, like, bro. Some of these things they just make so unbelievably stupid decisions that I just end up being like, just kill him. No, I'm on the side of the bad guy. Kill this person for making me watch them act. Because no,
Kill.
I'm not into this. And so the reason why I actually like this film is that the characters were not all brain dead. Some of the characters actually had thoughts, and there was reason, like you said. These guys are trying to make a video, right? So, and they had planned a few things beforehand. So it's like, haha, nah, look what we did. So while some of the characters don't know what's going on and are out of the loop and are genuinely scared, you have some of the characters that like are behind the curtain and know like, okay, these are like tricks and everything, trying to scare them to get like more views. So there's actually like you can believe why some of the characters are like, no, stay, let's continue going, it's gonna be fine. And how the others get convinced. It's all 100% believable. And even when some real ghost shit starts happening, how some of the guys are like, wait, we didn't do that. And other guys are like, yeah, we didn't do that. And they still like, part of them are like, okay, well, it's a bit weird, but we understand why they still continue going. So there's some character internal conversations going on, which is like, you know what? I'm here for this. I am here for this. Other films,
Yeah,
brain dead.
like but I'm always surprised. Like a horror movie, it's still a movie, which means it's still a story, which means we need to have a story that we care about.
Yeah, we actually do,
Like
and
some
most horror
movies are
films
just
don't.
nah, the bad ones, especially the bad ones.
I'd rather a film be intentionally bad. I'd rather give me a Sharknado than give me something that's trying to be good that just ends up being a waste of my time.
Bruh, this movie, I'm gonna say it by name so that people know I hate it. Hold on, it's called Insidious Red Door. That movie was
Didn't you
trash.
try to get me to
With
watch
the
that?
capital no, no, that no. I would know if I did. Came out,
Oh, I don't.
I wanna say last year.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, came out last year. Insidious Red Door.
I saw the trailer
Bro,
of that.
that movie is trash. And I watched it at the theater. It was the first horror film I
You
saw at the
went to
theater.
the theater for that?
Bruh, because I was like, oh no, horror movie, theater, it's gonna be some spooky. Bro, that movie is bad. That movie is so bad that I don't. Okay, you know how? Let's take a non-horror film.
Yeah.
Let's take, let's take The Departed, for
Departed.
example, because I love it.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't seen The Departed, we might spoil it a little bit, but we also will talk about it.
Yeah.
But look, okay, no, let's not talk about The Departed. Let's talk about a film. In a film, character Jim, right? Character Jim
Okay.
is character Jim wants, let's say, to break his son from prison. Like example, this is a very fictional film, right?
Yeah.
So Jim wants to break his son from prison, but obviously, as soon as I say that, you're like, oh no, he has to have a plan, get all the guards, devise a plan that works,
Yeah.
and then action, whatever, in intensity. Oh, he's gonna get caught, or they're gonna get caught. Oh, and then at the end, Jim and his son break out of prison. Woohoo, happy, right? That could be a film, whatever writing that it happens. But in that film, in any film actually, the tension is brought about by withholding some information from the audience.
Yes.
If the audience does not know what's going to happen, or two, if the audience is unsure of what's going to happen, that's how they have action.
That's how they
Sorry,
hook us.
that's how they have intensity.
Yeah.
Yes. If one of the greatest film directors, Hitchcock, says to create tension, instead of having the people sitting and then there's an explosion, show us that there's a bomb under the table and then we wait for the explosion.
Yeah.
That wait creates intensity.
Yeah.
Right. But if you show us the bomb underneath the table and then you go, by the way, this bomb will explode in 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then you go us. And then we know the bomb is going to explode in 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
You've given us all the information. Or you go underneath and you say there's a bomb. And then you go up and you say, but this guy is immune to explosions, so he will survive.
Are you what? No.
Are we going to be intense in
No.
the situation? Because now we know all the information. But if the bomb explodes and then we see the guy, oh, he survived, there's a payoff. In Insidious Red Door,
Yeah.
we know everything. Literally, from the first film, they established everything. Okay, there is another world, and then if people stay in this world long enough, the demons will latch into them, and then they will come back into this world and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Classic. Now, in Insidious, we don't know that, so we discover along with the characters. That's why we are scared, because the whole time we're like, what the fuck?
We don't know what's going on. Yeah.
But after we know, after we know, there is no tension. Now you can't use the same trick and be like, oh, but it's a different guy. But oh, what's gonna happen? Yeah, he's in the other world. Yeah, he's in the other world. And the worst part is the main character, he had his memory suppressed. So as the audience, we know, but he doesn't know, and they thought that was
shit,
gonna hook
okay.
us. But yeah, didn't. But the nice thing they did here then in Gonjium Asylum is that, one, we sort of, because you know in horror movies, the place is going to be haunted and then it's just gonna happen. But as you're saying, some characters knew that there were tricks and some didn't.
Yeah. Also, I also like that they didn't tell us that in the beginning. We also figured it out, like, midway with the film.
Now imagine if they said in the beginning, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna set up tricks there and then scare people."
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
And
I
then
would.
we go. Then we're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing then?"
Yeah, I was
There's
not
no
gonna be
scares.
interested in that. I was not gonna
And
be
it adds a
interested
bit
at all.
of, it adds dimension to the characters now. That they're also setting things up. They're also active in the story. They're not just sitting there waiting to be scared. And
The
die.
story is not happening to them. They are actively part of it and making it. Bro, that's the thing. They're not literally just, I wrote this character to die in the next 5 minutes.
Nah.
Because, bro, I hate it when you watch a horror movie and you're like, you're gonna die first, you're gonna die second, you're gonna die with your top off, because there's always a girl that's like, something happens and then they've got, like, it's so one-dimensional, bro. Hollywood horror films, yeah, yeah. This one, I was pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. And one thing I liked about it is the whole setup, like the whole introduction of it, where we get introduced to the characters, we get to see their personalities. They get this little road trip where we actually get to know how they interact with each other. So we were getting to really know these characters, and they stop being these like fodder for like death. It's like, oh, this is an actual person. This person like this person's scared of that. This person's like the young one who's here to experience things. Even like there was a time where they were like at were they by the ocean, I think, in the beginning,
Either ocean or a dam.
or like a dam or something. It was like, this is actually looking like a good road trip movie. I'm like, yeah, it's nice. I actually forgot it was going to be a horror, because I'm like, this is nice.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I really enjoyed that. I got immersed into the story. I got like, okay, I was invested. And I think that's also like a very good way to use the found footage tactic.
Also, in the fun footage tactic, there's always the element of why the fuck are you still recording? Get the hell out of there. When
Yeah.
you're watching found footage. Nobody
Yeah.
would record a ghost chasing them, right? No serial killer chasing them. You'll be running away. But here, we don't question why they're recording because it's easy. It's justified and established earlier on that they are trying to get views, so they'll do
Yeah.
whatever they can to
100%
record.
justified.
And
There's
and the nice thing is that there are points where the characters actually want to stop recording, which makes it
Yeah.
so realistic.
because I would want to stop recording. So the fact that they want to stop recording makes all the sense.
Yes.
There was like this one part where they actually did stop recording and they were like negotiating with the guy that's like running the live stream. And they were like, I think they said,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll only continue if you increase the amount of money we're getting paid. And I'm like, fuck, makes sense. I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because then it's like
Wasting my life,
risk
I need
worth the
more
reward.
back.
Yeah. Because then it's like they understand that something weird is happening. There's definitely a risk, and I'm not gonna risk my life for the amount of money I'm getting. I'm gonna need more to justify the risk that I'm potentially taking for myself. See?
Yes.
Logic, people.
Character.
Logic. Love it.
And the nice thing is that when not when the type of recording they have, the type of gear, sorry, I can't remember, I forgot what gear, the type of gear they have allows us to see things not only because someone is holding up a camera and recording, but
Yeah.
because they have their GoPros mounted in them, we can see the character reactions. Obviously, most of it is through editing, but we can see the character reactions and we can see what's happening in front of them without someone holding. Because I think there's a bit of this. For me, sometimes fun footage can be a bit separative when something is happening in front of you and you have a camera in front of you, so seeing the
Yeah.
shit instead of looking with your eyes and running away. So
Yeah.
they handled it well by just having the cameras mounted in front of them, and then boom, they just saying.
No,
Obviously, there are people who are
Yeah,
holding
no,
the
but I
camera.
think the whole setup was actually very good because they had three things. One, they went into the place and they set up cameras beforehand,
Yes.
like security surveillance cameras. Two, they had these GoPros mounted on them, which is good. And three, they had the handhelds. So the handhelds were like, especially for like the YouTube part, because they'd be like, okay, um, you say your line, and then they'd have someone in front of the camera, they'd record them,
Yeah.
and they'd have like the GoPros for the facial reactions, and then they've got, especially when the other two guys were like, yeah, we're done recording, we were seeing that from the live, not from the live, from the cameras that they'd previously mounted on the walls. So it's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, everything in here is actually justified.
It's not. Yeah, 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 yeah. They set up the cameras that were set up. They had one. They were justified by two. They had actual payoffs in
Yeah.
terms of the narrative.
Yeah. So I think that for me, that was like the most important thing, is that logically, it made sense. Once things just stop making sense and you have to start believing things and making jumps and leaps into the story that are not there, that's when you start losing me, man. That's when you start losing me.
I also like the not over reliance on like heavy supernatural things here. Like the ghosts seemed like I want to say they seemed like ghosts, but I've never seen a
I
ghost.
thought you were gonna say,
But it was not overly it was not overly produced where some crazy things are
yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah.
The scares were minimal because I felt like if they went over the top, it would have been cheesy.
True. I agree. I thought you were gonna say the ghosts were chill. Like they seem chill. Like yeah, you can grab a
Yeah,
coffee with
they're
them.
like, okay.
But no, I agree. I
Grab
think
coffee with
because it
somebody with
wasn't
no face.
overly produced, it fit the whole aesthetic that they were going for, and it also made it all like it kept you in the story. It wasn't like so over the top. Then you're like, ah, okay, now that's not real. It kept you in there, and I think what I like about it is that the really supernatural stuff only started happening like a lot later. Like they tease you every now and then, or like the doll being in a different position, something else being in a different position, and especially after they revealed that some of the things were like fake and they made themselves, you got to a point where you're like, wait, is that fake? Did they do that themselves? Or, is that like actual supernatural shit? And the fact that you as the
Yeah.
audience member like are questioning and doubting some things, that keeps you in the story, that keeps you engaged. So that when it actually like does all unfold in the third act, you're in there, you're fully engaged, they've got you hooked.
Yes. And it was nice how the when we find out that the guys have been planning the things, it wasn't it wasn't it didn't feel like betrayal to the audience because they were doing it for the views.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you find that character's been doing a trick, and you feel betrayed because you believed it.
Mhm.
But here, one, the things were actually a bit scary. But two, when we found out that they were fake because they were trying to get the views, again goes back to character. It's like, oh, it makes sense that people would do that in the situation because they want to get the views. It doesn't take you away from the story, but it pulls you in because now you're wondering, oh, was this fake or was this real?
Yeah.
Oh, was this something they did or was this something that they actually did? So when we find out that nah, now this is the real shit, then it becomes more scary.
Yeah. Also, that dude, bro, like I guess the producer dude, out here controlling the live stream, bro. Like because he was basically like a director. He had like
Yeah,
lines
yeah,
for everybody, so that's also what kept us in it because we watching this guy produce a YouTube series in real time. So him telling the people to say these lines or directing them to go upstairs, go to the third floor, go to the second floor, go to the basement. You say your line now. They record something, they see something, and it's like, okay, cool. Let's do a recap. All of these things brings us closer, or like it makes us more invested in like the story because we are, as the audience, like you said, we don't feel cheated because we know what's going
yeah.
on. And now we're like, okay, but then how far does it go? When will they actually be creepy stuff? Was that the creepy stuff? Was that supernatural? Was that real? It's like it gets us more engaged, which I think they did a really good job of.
I loved it. I loved every bit of it because as soon as you like, uh, at some point the director's like, no, stay. Yes, I put him like, bitch, no, you fucking go in there then.
That's
'Cause
right.
shit is happening. Yeah.
Bro, bro,
How
like
about you get off your seat and go there instead of
you
telling
do
motherfuckers what to
it.
do?
Cause hell no.
Yes.
Hell nah. Bro, that first girl, like okay, I'm like the two that were like when shit just got really scary, like really, really scary. I like how how in most horror films, like when we get the two characters that want to go, they get convinced to stay, they stay, and then something happens and something else happens that's even more creepier, then they want to go again, and then they get convinced to stay and then they stay. These guys, it got to a point where like, yeah, no, screw you. I'm actually leaving. And I'm like, yes,
Yes.
someone who's actually sensible. And they left. I'm like, kudos, well done. Unfortunately for them, though, it
Yeah.
was too late.
Yeah. It was too late. And I think that kind of scare worked because you feel sorry for them because you're like, okay,
Yeah.
yes, finally they're leaving. So the director gets you hopeful and then crushes your hope. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, this
bro,
is the thing.
they had brains. They actually wanted to like escape and live. The director's like,
I don't
no,
think there was a dumb character in this film.
I don't think so either. Because like, even the guy that was like portrayed as like the quote unquote loud guy, dumb guy, even he at some point was like, yeah, no, this is fucked up. They all of their
Yeah.
characters was like more than just what it seemed. Um, and it didn't seem like they were just characters that were written here to play the stereotype, you know?
Yeah, it's playing the dumb guy, the tough guy, the couple.
Yeah.
Nah.
We didn't get any of those, which is good.
But
Uh,
my favorite
I
What
think
would you say
definitely
your
the
favorite
the
scare
one
was from
where
the film?
the one lady that she's running out, she's escaped, and um I think when she turns around and like eyes are like all black and everything, she's like fully possessed. Definitely one of
In the
them.
forest.
In the forest, yeah. Other
And
one, because I think for me it wasn't necessarily that I was
that scene,
scared, but I was like creeped me out. Like I think that moment is when I was like really like hoping that they were gonna escape, and the director was
yes.
like, no, no,
No,
it's
no
too late for them.
escape.
No escape for them. And then I think it's the other girl when she was running and she ended up back at the place, and then there was like
Yes.
water at the bottom, and then she was banging the door trying to, and every time when she turned around the thing just kept getting closer, and I was
Bro,
like, that
I love
was
that. I
creepy
love that.
AF. That was like probably my favorite one.
Cause,
That was my favorite one.
cause the ghost wasn't like hiding or moving very fast. You knew it
No.
was there, and especially when you hear the footsteps of him dragging, like shh,
Yeah.
and then standing there. Ah, that was insane. That was probably my, I want to say favorite. Yes, I would say
That
my
it
number
has to be
one.
number one
Yeah,
because that scene was creepy. That scene was
but
creepy.
I also like the scene with the director where the literally the final scene where when
Oh yeah, yeah.
feet are dangling right there floating, then they move closely, and then hit him,
Yeah.
and then the director of the hospital. I also like that, bro. This movie is very good. I like how I just realized this in what is that film I referenced earlier on? Grave Encounters, the terrible horror film with the same premise. There is no. The villain is just ghosts. Just, oh, this hospital is haunted. There's just ghosts.
Yeah.
Then fucked up shit is gonna happen. But here, I like how there is there is an quote unquote a villain or a final boss, if you may,
Yeah.
because we know that they established that, oh, there's a hospital director who kind of did some fucked up shit
The
to the
patience.
almost at the audience, to the patients, and you can't get in her room. So they establish also the villain of the story.
Yeah.
Yes, there are other ghosts, but there's also the villain. And if you notice, the villain of the hospital kills the top boss of the hospital kills the top boss of the crew.
Yeah.
And I
Actually,
think that's
yes.
pretty awesome because it wasn't the director all over the hospital killing everyone.
On a
They sort
murder
of
spree.
put
Yeah.
levels, yeah, levels. There's minor ghosts, there's levels, and then there's the final boss killing the final boss of the director, which ties the film pretty well because director of the hospital, as you said, the guy in the tent was acting as a director, so director killing director, and I think that's pretty cool.
That's actually pretty cool. That's a nice little nugget
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, so it has
I
a bit
think
of
the found
layers going
footage
on in the
element
film.
of it made it really, really
Yes.
enjoyable to watch and made you like really immersed in the scene. Like you were like you are one, for example, in like one of the, especially when things are scary, you want to
Yeah.
look away, but you can't because it's like, especially with the GoPro ones, it's like the character themselves are forced to look at this. So you as the audience watching, like
Yeah.
we're also forced to look at this. So
There's
it's like,
no there's
damn.
no one, there's no escape, but two, the intent is the
Especially when the girl
intensity is
was
too
banging
big
on
to
the door,
just
like
look
she would
away.
look at the door and then slowly turn around and because we can still hear the feet dragging, and then we'd
Bruh.
slowly turn around and we'd see the camera because it's like tied to her body, like the GoPro's tied to her body, so she turns around, we
Yeah.
see it as she sees it, and I'm like, that's messed up.
You screwed my
That's
girl,
just
you
messed up.
screwed.
There's no escaping this.
I also like the scene where they are in, I think they say, I think we're in the director's room,
Hmm.
and then You know that scene where the hands are on the face, but then the hands move away slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when they look through the camera screen, there's people there, but
There's no one there. Yeah.
when they look with their eyes, there's no one there. For me, that's what I'm saying. The ghosts went too much in the film. They were just like enough to scare us not to. Cause I hate cheesy over the top. Rah!
Yeah.
It
No,
could
I'm
have
not
easily
into the
been that, but it
cheese,
was not.
especially when it comes to horror. Miss me
Nah,
with that cheese, bro.
give me cheese on a burger. Now we're talking.
Nah.
Speaking of which, I haven't had cheese in a while. Goddamn, I need some cheese.
That I have to say, even in my non-horror liking state, this one I actually really enjoyed. This one was creepy as fuck.
Yes.
Story was good. And I know we talked about like some spoilery stuff, but the film came out in 2018. But if you are interested in watching it, I think you guys should definitely watch it. Um, and if there are any like horrors that you guys know are in the same realm, not even like the same thing, but like actually have good stories, like a horror film that actually has a good story. It doesn't have to be an English film, doesn't have, it can be a Korean film, can be a Chinese film, can be like an Austrian film, as long as it has a good story. I'm here for it.
Yes. Hook us up with some Norwegian
Yeah.
films.
Give us
We
some
gotta
Norwegian
watch
stuff.
the Northman at some point too.
Bro. But yeah, definitely before the okay, what's the name of the film that's coming out in December again?
Nosferatu.
Nostra. Yeah, definitely before Nosferatu.
Alright.
Yeah. But like Nosferatu is very new, so I think we should probably do Nosferatu. Like we'll probably watch it now, but talk about it like a lot later.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Give people enough time to watch it and all.
yeah. Alright. Final words on Gonjium.
Um, Surprisingly good and very creepy.
Yes. I would say crazy. Anyway, scary and creative.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the believability.
Yes.
For me, that was the main thing. The fact that I actually believed what was going on. Not in the sense, yeah, actually, like it within the context of the film, everything made sense. Everything was believable. I was there.
100% agree.
We'll be signing off. Um,
We shall exit the building now, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. See y'all in the next one.
Yes. Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. I peace.
Alright.